Unless you guys been living under a rock.
The last couple of years have been massive for the Warhammer hobby and miniature painting in mainstream media.
So, as professional Warhammerers,
it is our duty to show you the most influential ones
and give you our truthful opinion on how well the media captures our hobby.
So Lucas, let's see what our editors have put together for us and put our professional Warhammerizer opinion on this.
Is it a scam or are we scamming them?
Have we been scammed?
Or are we scamming them because of the low price?
Yes. If anyone should have an opinion on this, hello. This had made its round last year. I saw probably 1 billion posts. This is South Park.
What's that?
Have you not seen it?
I've never watched South Park.
Your mom and Shelly are gone. We can do whatever we want without any stupid rules.
Whatever I want? Can I see if any of the guys want to come over to do 40K all week?
Hell yeah, let's do some 40K.
Is this the Forge World pots?
I don't know,
with the white lids?
I think it said the armory paints.
Ah, I mean, this is some high-end detailed stuff.
Okay, that has a toughness of 7 and a -1 to your hit rolls.
It says Warhammer and Raven Guard,
yeah.
So I mean it's full on.
What in the actual f are you guys doing?
I feel like this is like as a kid, this was how you played Warhammer. You were just looking in the rulebook because you never remembered anything. But this is kind of cool. I gotta say, I feel like this really kind of helps make the hobby mainstream.
Yeah. Even though Randy thinks 40K is a drug.
Hell yeah, let's do some 40K.
It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, I still give this like an 8 out of 10.
To me, it's a home run. I watch so much South Park, and it kind of perfectly captures the atmosphere and excitement that I had as a kid playing Warhammer on the kitchen table. So it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Second one, Columbo.
Just one more thing.
This is some old school stuff. But you used to do this as a kid too, right? Make your own tin figures.
No.
I had one of these
I'm born
molds.
in the 2000s.
Oh yeah. You're not old enough for this kind of stuff. So I think I did my first when I was like 6 or 7. We found this old like black mold. So I got to like melt some tin and then pour it in, and then you had figures and you could paint them. This is some old people stuff. Like if people ask me what do you do for a living, I like this stuff.
Yeah, I've never... This is going into the train diorama category for me.
Yeah.
I find it so disturbing.
Yeah.
It's like the people who enjoy
the
this.
miniatures aren't really that good looking.
No, and the people that enjoy them, they're weird.
They're old.
I'm throwing you under the bus.
Yes,
there.
but I agree.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think anyone gets excited about the miniature hobby watching this. It has no Warhammer, no hobby parts. It is just like an old-time diorama. It's a 0 for me.
For me, this has to be a freaking -10 out of 10.
-10?
I mean, what the... You never go full train diorama historical mode.
Okay, I give you that. The Last of Us 2. I haven't actually played the second game.
We're gonna have to do a little zigzagging.
Obviously, Last of Us is one of the biggest video game series ever. But it's funny because it's clearly Space Marines.
Yes.
But extended spells and treasures. This is Dungeons and Dragons, right? Wrong
and there's
book!
D12s and D20s in there.
Yeah. Oh, this is nice. This looks like...
More Space Marines.
Yeah, it's like a 75mm scale. But this kind of looks more like 40K in my opinion. Galactic War. Okay, so that's why. So they have tried to stay away from the IP so they don't have like the codex from the book and everything. Blood Angels.
It was the Dark Angel logo. See the sword with the wings?
I love how there's like no dust on the minis even though they've been there for 25 years.
There you can see there's an airbrush as well.
Oh!
And compressor, paint.
He's got 2 freaking enhancement glasses. Yeah.
Pretty good for being a painting setup.
Yeah, minus for all the dust, I guess. So what's your grade?
I have to say 5 out of 10 here.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like I get this immersive feeling enough.
Yeah, I honestly felt really hyped. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Giving us a total 12 out of 20.
Boom.
I have a very fulfilling life.
Now I am making your silver pants blue.
Oh,
what the hell?
What? This is the same. It's like tin models.
Yeah, and it has the magnifier with the lamp.
This isn't too long ago. I think this movie is like 20 years old now.
It's probably from 95 or
2005. LED lights weren't really a thing.
LED lights.
Yeah. Thank you. LED lights weren't really a thing back in 2005. So you can see that the painting setup looks completely different to what we have now. His painting technique, I would say from the first impression, pretty shit. He's like painting against the bristles, pushing them up. What the hell, Steve Carell? 0 out of 10 technique.
A 40-year-old virgin painting Warhammer in his hobby room. Is it that far from reality? Probably not.
No, but he said he has a fulfilling life, and honestly my life got kind of more fulfilling, as he said in the beginning when I started painting minis.
Yeah, but Emil, is it fair though? You have 3 kids and a wife.
Yes, but also they were born through virgin births, so something similar. What?
Even though he's just like Emil, a virgin, I don't get excited about painting minis when watching this.
I get kind of hyped by his painting setup. Feels true to the era. I give it a 7.
I give it a 5 out of 10. And also, Emil, I see a theme here from our dear editors. Second time they're showing us these pesky train diorama tin figurines.
Should we show them how it's done?
Yeah, 10,000 likes and we'll actually do some cool ones.
Night at the museum. I mean, this is childhood. I always found that to be like the most fascinating thing when I was at museums as a kid. I feel like they don't do it really as much anymore to make like dioramas and miniature scenes of historical events. I mean, look at those mountains. That's freaking beautiful.
Yeah, but train dioramas are still weird.
But the painting here, my god, look at those googly eyes. That's like the Space Marine.
This is not 2 thin coats.
No, this is 30 thick coats.
I mean, just look at the wood stuff here.
Yeah.
This is something that's for me a biggie.
So it's real wood, but like painted minis. So the scale of the texture on the wood is for scale 1:1, obviously, because it's real wood. But the building though.
Yeah. Despite the wood thingy-wingy, I kinda get excited just having this big-ass dioramas.
Yeah.
So even though the minis might not be the prettiest, I say 7 out of 10.
I agree, the scenes are fantastic, but I don't think anyone will get excited about the minis. So to me, it's a 5. Coming up is our boy, Mr. Henry Cavill.
Obviously our best friend.
Yeah.
He's been on the show several times in thumbnails.
In thumbnails.
What the geekiest thing in your house was?
Geekiest thing would have to be my Warhammer stuff. That took me a while to confess to openly and publicly.
I mean, that's kind of funny, but I don't agree with him. Like, why would you be ashamed about confessing that you play Warhammer?
Because Warhammer is not very cool.
Who cares about being cool? Look at me, I don't care.
Dare I say it? I know exactly what you mean. A collection of white undercoat spray paint that just lurks in the back of the cupboard.
Yeah, I was like, what's this? For graffiti?
Underarm deodorant?
It's the only interview I've seen with Henry Cavill where the interviewer actually know what they're talking about. I feel like a lot of time people have been told like, oh, ask Henry Cavill about this. And then when he's like, oh, do you mean successor chapters? And then the interviewer is like, oh, I don't know. It was a friend in the office who asked about this question.
That chandelier looks like a Blackstone fortress.
I think the reason why the Warhammer community have started loving Henry Cavill so much and why they've embraced his like nerdom for the Warhammer universe is because he truly has a passion for it. It's not just that he is like, oh, I can make money from Warhammer if I become popular. For a nerd that like a celebrity has that same kind of passion for it, I kind of see why people rally up behind him and get excited.
But you paint, is it World of Warcraft?
Warhammer.
Warhammer, I'm a fool. So you paint by hand?
Yes, yeah.
And when you paint them, what do you do with them then, Henry?
Then you put them together in little armies and you fight against someone else's army. But it is fun.
Yeah, no, toys, very good fun.
What do you think of Graham's reaction to that?
I mean, it's sort of belittling towards the entire Warhammer community.
What the hell, Graham Norton?
Go and dig a hole.
I feel like Henry Cavill is kind of setting him up for the jokes. I'm not too mad about it. I think it's kind of funny.
I mean, it's true as well. It is a bit ridiculous.
It's fun with toys. Yeah, it is fun with toys. Fuck you. I think Henry Cavill is like, to me, this is everything that we want our hobby to be in the media. Like, it's a cool person doing it. He knows what he's talking about. He's excited about it. And like, I don't see how he could not be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. However, what the minus 10 out of 10 for Graham Norton? What
And speaking of cool things, have you heard this week's sponsor? Squarespace. As you guys know, we are massive proponents of Squarespace as the best way to build your own website. And I think like our website is probably the best proof of that, because we made our own web shop, we made our own gallery, we made our own website to just show what we do. It was so freaking easy. You don't need to know anything about programming. Everything is pretty much just drag and drop.
And you can use all of their immaculate 3 million quadrillion templates, and they're all so amazing.
And they're award-winning.
Award-winning templates.
It is completely free to try out to build your own website on Squarespace. All you gotta do is follow the link down below in our video description, squarespace.com/Squidmar. And when you're ready to launch the website,
enter the code
Squidmar, and you get 10% off your entire purchase and domain. Now let's get back to looking at more videos. 3 Days of the Condor.
What the hell? Those
Square
are some...
bases.
And what's that? That's like old ass oil paints or something, like lacquer paints.
I think, yeah, enamel paints probably. That's kind of a nice enlargement glass thing there. I call this person is not painting the Mini. Doesn't have a primer on the metal Mini. I feel like if you've got that well painted minis on the side, you wouldn't paint the Mini without putting on a primer first. He didn't even have paint on the brush.
Oh, and I'm sensing once again, this is for a train diorama.
Yeah.
1 out of 10.
At least it got a 1 this time.
Ah, yeah.
I'm feeling generous though. I kind of liked the magnifying glasses he had on top of his glasses. So that I give that a 4.
It helps with seeing the fun in train dioramas.
Snow Angels. Oh, this one is kind of funny. I watched this TV series with my wife, and it's like a thriller series, and it has nothing to do with miniatures. And then all of a sudden, at like the end of the last episode, the evil person in the series comes visit her autistic brother, and that's the setup you get to see with us. What do you think of the painting techniques there?
I mean, that's pretty much how I paint.
All the way down to the bottom.
Maybe it's applying a wash.
What meaning was that? It could be potentially a Tau?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh no, I mean Eldar. You can see here when you pause this scene, it's got 2 of like the Phantom Titans and the... No, not the Phantom, it's the Wraith Lords. Or
Wraith
whatever.
Knights.
Wraith Knights. But it's Warhammer, so it's painting Warhammer, and it's got like a dragon in the background. The painting technique though...
10 out of 10. And he has the perfect posture, because like everyone knows that you paint minis like this.
To me, I don't know, this has a special place in my heart because it was such a surprise seeing the series when it came out, and then boom, just Warhammer in there. Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Stranger Things, and I haven't even watched it.
You haven't?
Come at me.
Oh my god. It was kind of part of making the whole Dungeons and Dragons revival this massive.
Yeah, they made the uncool kids cool.
Yeah, which I approve.
That sound. Boom. Boom. Boom! The Demogorgon! We're deep shit.
This is, again, classic 90s models. You didn't have them on bases even. You just had these like long metal bars. Is there paint on it, or is it just
I think there's like green paint on there.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder though the age of them here. They look like they're maybe 10.
I've seen like 3 episodes of this show, and I do think we have an age setting in there. They're in like some grade in school.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And this is set in like the 80s, right? So these are some old ass minis.
Yeah, but I feel like being 12 and playing Dungeons & Dragons is kind of young. I feel like that's something people start with when they're like 15, 16, because it requires a lot of patience. It's kind of impressive that they set up this game themselves. Stranger Things Season 4.
Okay, so now let's see if they've gotten older.
Yes, they have. Oh, this season was so good though. I mean, look at the level here. This is dedication. You got the painted Mini. You got a more like fancy gaming table. I don't think I've ever seen a this engaged game though.
The last season of Stranger Things, I mean, just look at the room and everything, the atmosphere.
Yeah,
it's just...
and the light, it's like the room you wish you had as a kid when playing minis. I don't know if this isn't a 10 out of 10. I don't know what a 10 out of 10 is.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, they literally re-sparked the hype for miniatures
and
D&D.
It's like one of the reasons why Dungeons & Dragons is big right now.
2020.
Approved. Archer.
My favorite TV show ever. It's just...
I still haven't seen anything from this. This is my South Park, I guess. That
My tactics were flawless, and yet my forces lie decimated.
Because you left your beastmen exposed to his chaos dwarf.
I mean, Beastman. If you're playing Beastman, you're gonna lose. In Chaos Dwarfs, I wonder when this is set.
It's probably 2020, 21 somewhere.
That means that they're probably playing Warhammer Fantasy.
I think it's square bases.
Yeah.
Because he mentions Chaos Dwarfs as well.
Yeah, the game looks more skirmishy. It's like 3 models on an entire freaking gaming table. Why do you save budget on the most important things?
It does seem like there's up in the corner, you see there?
Yeah.
It seems to be the old world map.
Prepare, knave, to call me knave again.
And I always like when you bring a gun to a Warhammer game. And obviously 10 out of 10.
I don't know, I feel like the animators kind of copped out, because you can feel that the writers are Warhammer fans, but the animators kind of missed the mark. There's no army there, only like 3 minis, and...
It's because they're all dead.
I give it a 7.
Ah, yeah. 17 out of 20. Perfect.
This is one cool thing, because if you live in Europe, you've probably heard of Petson and his cat Findus. Especially if you're a German, but it's a Swedish writer, one of the biggest Swedish children's books ever. This guy, he's continued writing books still, even though he's like 60 plus or whatever. And this one I picked up at the flea market. But as I was reading this book for the first time, all of a sudden, she's like waiting on the bus.
Boom!
And a fucking kid comes there, and she's like, "Can I look in the box?" And he brings out freaking Warhammer.
There's orcs in there with blood on their axes.
And the fascinating thing to me is, I feel like he freaking nailed the
yeah.
atmosphere of the space orcs. It looks like a mix between like the old 90s stuff and the modern stuff.
Yeah, he even has the measuring tape and the bag.
Everything. And
he's prepared for gaming.
Just imagine reading this for your kids, and all of a sudden it just in your face.
Warhammer.
I freaking loved it. I got so happy, and especially that it was orcs.
Yeah.
This book, it's a 10 for me. It has everything. I freaking love it.
Yeah, I mean, he really nailed the atmosphere of the goofy orcs and goblins. So I have to give it a really solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah. So, I hope you enjoyed that.
Have we missed something?
I don't know, maybe. If you've seen Warhammer in any pop culture, let us know down below, and maybe we'll do another one of these. Smash like! Thank you for watching this video with us.
And how shockingly, Henry Cavill was in this video.
I'm not surprised. Thanks so much to this week's sponsor for sponsoring this video. We freaking love you. And these patrons.
Especially this one.
That one?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell, maybe we should pull it down so people can see them in the screen. That's it. Have a good day.
Bye.